Broke into this old laundromat and I found this little possum. Bet you kids didn't know that possums are more closely related to kangaroos than they are to rats. If you're lucky, we might find a rat in the attic. Son, you don't want to leave these rats waiting for us, do ya? Then come on up. That sure is some nice rat stool. Hello, son. What are you doing here? Let me just get out of my attic and show you around the house. Just filming a little TikTok for you guys on the TikTok at Ostrich Plug. Got a little possum hair in my mouth. Don't worry about that though, son. Oh, so much has changed since I last saw you. Come on, let's go outside. Come on in. You probably clicked on this video because you either wanted to learn how to bottle feed a baby kangaroo or you wanted to see a tour of my house. It's probably the former. So if you come over here, check this out. This is a little sack hanging from a doorknob. But what I want to show you isn't the sack, it's what's inside of the sack, which is a live kangaroo. Now, as you can see, kangaroos are small and they have hair. That's about all I can tell you about these guys. Just kidding. This is also a creature feature. And what I do on creature features, I show you guys an animal that you can have in a sanctuary or an animal that you can rescue, yada, yada, yada. Particularly if you're in, for wildlife rehab, if you are in Australia, this is an animal you can rescue, obviously, because it's a wild animal there. But here in the great state of Texas, just about everything is considered livestock here. And these little guys are farmed for their meat and for their fur, and people like to just throw them on ranches and shoot them. So today we had a little guy that was orphaned, and if you come on in real close, I'm going to show you all the little neat things about him, and then we're going to get into how to take care of him and the rest. So check this little baby boy out. You see these little markings around his nose? That's basically the fingerprint of the kangaroo. Every one of them is different. No two of them are the same, and that stays with them their entire life. As you can see, he thinks he's going to get fed, so he's nibbling on me. But as you can see, this handsome little man is a marsupial. And much like Poppy here, which is the only native marsupial to the United States, this little guy is one of the many marsupials that's native to Australia. Now, marsupials are not that much different from regular mammals, but they do have these little pouches, which this little guy doesn't have because he's a boy, but they are an extension of the uterus. Very, very interesting stuff. And I can link some videos underneath in the description where you can find out a lot more about these beautiful things. And some of them are pretty dope. But this little guy has little hands, just like us. If you check this out, get a close-up on that. These are little fingers. There's 5 little fingers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now they don't have opposable thumbs, so he's never gonna be grabbing anything, but he can use his hands to grab stuff together. Check this out. Look how he's grabbing me. And he's trying to bite on me because he thinks that I'm gonna give him a bottle. He's also licking on me kind of like a dog would. Now these little guys are really, really cute and they're very intelligent, but they're also not intelligent at all. There's not a lot going on behind these little guys' behind these little eyes here, as you can see. Oh. But I love him very, very much. He's a handsome boy. And as you can see, he's wearing a diaper. They can't control their poop. You cannot potty train a kangaroo. And if you take a look at the undercarriage, I'll show you guys what's going on under here. Oh, we got one. Oh, yes. One little poop. Oop, never mind. There's a couple that are hidden in the little corners there. Isn't that neat? So we put this little doggy diaper on him, and that keeps him from pooping all over the house. You're probably wondering, Ben, why are there all these carpets all over your floor? That looks hideous. It's disgusting. I hate you. Well, the truth is, kids, if he just runs on this tile, he might slip and fall and die. And for some reason, he loves the bathroom. But he likes to go in here, and this is the incubator setup. We're about to put a bunch more of the chicken eggs incubators in. Also, look at this hat. This was my birthday gift. Thank you guys so much for everyone that Venmo'd me exactly $1 for my birthday. That was very neat. That was very fun. Folks on the TikTok, I love you guys a lot. Put it towards this old bad boy here, this bad boy, bad gamer PC bad boy. So I should be able to play Minecraft with you guys on Discord. But the main thing is to edit the videos because I realized that I can't edit 4K footage easily on my Lenovo ThinkPad. Sadly, I didn't realize that how much it goes into editing decent footage. But wait till you see the footage on this big boy. It's beautiful. Also, this is how you pick up a kangaroo. You grab them by the tail, flip them, and then you hold them like this. And you keep a firm grasp on their tail. He's very, very handsome, a very good boy, a very handsome boy. And he wants to get down mainly because you never want to hold him like this. You want to hold him like this. Now, some of the comments might correct me on that. Please do if this is wrong. But this is how I've been told to hold him. So we're going to go ahead and put him down though. And there's one other thing I want to show you guys. Other than that, this is where I work. Uncle Ben, if you don't know, if you're new to the channel, Uncle Ben works a full-time job. I work a corporate job that enables me to pay for all of the rescues for the wildlife rehab and everything. We're working on all that crap. We're getting our wildlife rehab license in the next month, which is wonderful, wonderful. And pretty soon things are going to be turning into an LLC and a nonprofit very soon. We love you guys so much for being here throughout the beginning of it. And like I said in the last video, the whole point of this channel isn't to get a ton of views or money even. It's to show you guys how to do this yourself. The TikTok and everything else is where we get the views. That's really fun. But I wanted to show you guys how you guys can do this stuff yourself and that it's not that far-fetched. Also, here's a little cat. Look at this little boy. Now, you don't want to have a cat with kangaroos. And you're probably wondering, Uncle Ben, why are you showing us all this random crap? This is important. If you have a cat, or a few other domestic animals, but particularly cats, they carry what's called toxoplasmosis. And toxoplasmosis is a protozoan that lives in the intestinal lining of these beautiful little baby boys. And this little cat was given to us by someone who did not want him. We are going to find a home for him very, very soon. But they carry that protozoan in their intestinal lining, and they evolved to live with it. These kangaroos evolved to not live with it. They did not grow up with toxoplasmosis. And now that's actually a huge problem right now in Australia, is all the feral cats that are domestic that are getting out into the wild, and they're destroying all kinds of wildlife in Australia. But at the same time, if a kangaroo just so happens to eat the feces of a cat, it could just die. And that happens on these ranches where these folks are farming them for meat and to shoot, where 12 of them, or their entire, what you call, I guess, a herd of kangaroos will die in a week, just because of stray cats and toxoplasmosis. So you have to be very careful. That is probably the first and most important thing you should know if you're considering getting one of these for your sanctuary or whatever else. But without further ado, sorry about Uncle Ben's crippling ADHD, guys. As you can see, before we show you how to nurse feed him, he is 7.5 months old, which means that he should be starting to wean now. However, it takes about 300 days for them to be fully outside of their mom's pouch. So this little guy eats a mixture of hay, which you can get at Walmart or any of the Tractor Supply stores, that kind of thing, and Missouri feed. And I'll show you guys where I keep that. If you come with me, where did he go? He's sniffing on a shoe. If you check this out, this is my little feed thing. Missouri Exotic Animal Nutrition, they make all kinds of stuff. We got this big boy because we're gonna have him till he's fully weaned. And either we're going to have, ideally, more space for him, or he's going to go to a wonderful place, sanctuary or petting zoo, where they're going to give him tons of space and other friends. But we give him that. He just like Nacho, he loves the dog food. You're probably wondering, where's Poggers? Where's all the other animals? They're outside because Poggers is in jail because he's a terrible, terrible dog. Tag the UPS in the comments and cancel them. Okay, guys, well, without further ado, we're back at Uncle Ben's sink, which is the perfect place to feed orphan baby wildlife and other small domestic animals. We're gonna give 2 scoops of this goat milk Epsilac. Now, here's the thing. Goat milk Epsilac is the second best kangaroo milk replacer you can give them. It is not lactose based. That is a big thing for you guys to be looking at. Do not get Petlac puppy milk replacement. And you can get Epsilac puppy milk replacement that's not goat's milk, but you want to get this particular kind. It's kind of expensive, but you can price match most of these places anyways and get the lowest deal. These guys will run you about $8, $8.50. We price match and we got it. But this is what I do. I use this little thing to kind of poke it in through here. And you're probably wondering, Uncle Ben, why don't you just use the water to kind of wash it down and funnel it in there? That doesn't work. I tried it. It just clogs it up. It gets clumpy and nasty. But I'm showing you guys this real time because I want you to see realistically how easy / hard it is. to do this. Now, I've showed you guys how to take care of the squirrels. I've showed you guys how to take care of deer. I've showed you guys how to take care of goats, pigs, lambs, all kinds of stuff whenever they're babies on the bottle, and to give them milk replacer and all that other stuff. It's kind of the same thing, only with these kangaroos, it's even easier. Did he get in here? Yes, he did. Come on, son. Oh. So, what we're going to do, you always forget to close the door. You've been coming over to my house for about a year now, and you keep forgetting to close the door. Okay, so we get it nice and hot, but we don't get it too hot. Now, a lot of people will be on the YouTubes, the fancy YouTube channel, and they'll be putting it in the microwave. Do not put it in the microwave, guys, because what that will do is it'll make pockets within it that are super, super hot, like scalding hot, that are really dangerous. Look, he's so ready. Look at the little baby boy. Little baby boy. They'll put pockets in it that are particularly hot that might actually kill us, so don't do that. What we're going to do is get one of these specialized nipples. And we got a couple more coming in, but the UPS, they're not helping us out at all. They haven't given us the Kangaroo milk replacer, which is perfect for these guys, and they haven't given us our specialized nipples, even though we ordered them weeks ago, UPS. You'd think that you'd be more prepared. The global pandemic isn't new, and it's not like this is your first Christmas, USPS. It's not like this is the first Christmas you've ever experienced. But okay, so now it's not too hot because I used just the right temperature out of the faucet. That's ideal. Then you shake it up. This is a douche or an enema. And this is a special nipple that you can get online that's specific for marsupials, particularly like wombats, these little boys. All right, now you're probably wondering, Uncle Ben, aren't you going to talk about aspiration? Yes, I am. I always talk about aspiration because that is literally one of the 2 ways that these guys will die. They will die one of 2 to 3 ways, okay? Number 1 way that they will die is, cut it. I told you guys, this is him guzzling it down. Look at this little boy. You want to hold it at a 45-degree angle at most. Don't hold it straight up because he could aspirate. And like I said, there are 3 ways that these little guys will die on you, okay? One way, the main way, is myopic shock or myopic shock or whatever the kids call it nowadays. That means that they are in shock of, they go from one day being in the pouch 70% of the time, coming out for a little bit, and then the next day they're not in the pouch at all. That can just kill them. They can die from the stress from that. Another way is aspiration. So aspiration pneumonia occurs whenever they will get something into their lungs, typically milk replacer, maybe a little bit of water. It could be anything really. And then pneumonia will form within the lungs. And then they will die from that. And they will literally just die from that, guys. So that's another thing you got to be really careful of. Never just hold the bottle straight up like that because they will die. Now, this little guy, he's a champion. He's been doing this for a long time. Like I said, he's literally older than Poggers, which is kind of funny that he's still needing to be on the bottle. But so he'll do that. And then the other way, what was it? What was the other way? Guess you'll never know. Plasmosis. And we already talked about that. Keep cats away. If you want a kangaroo on your farm, if you want a kangaroo, you don't want barn cats. Keep them far away. Okay, that's it, guys. He did that real quick. Now, here's the thing. He is now at a stage of his life where we are trying to wean him. We want him to be at a point where he doesn't rely on us for milk as much anymore. And he is being such a champion and a strong, handsome boy at that. But he still needs to have his bottle. We were doing 3 feedings every 8 hours. No. Every 8 hours we were doing 3 feedings. Now we're going to try and tone it down to 2 with a lot of extra hay and a lot of extra feed. And we give that to him freely as long as he's outside of the pouch. So this is how I put on the doggy diaper. There's probably tons of videos of how to do this. I just do that. There's a little bit of a strap. Boop. Just do that. He's used to it by now. And bada bing, bada boom. And then this is the best part about him, guys. Told you about the squirrels, told you about all the other animals that we put diapers on. These little guys, they're fine. After this, they just hang out, they hop around, they have fun, they do whatever the kangaroo does, which is just sniff around, nibble on you, and be cute. And he's completely content just doing that. He will literally spend the majority of his day hopping around. If I have Poggers here, they'll just spend the majority of the day sniffing each other and cuddling. But poggers can get a little playful at times, which can be really dangerous for him. So we keep poggers outside so he can protect the ducks and the chickens from the rats. Okay guys, thank you so much for coming over. If you want to stick around, I'm going to show you what's going on in the yard and what's new. But that's it for the kangaroo. That's really all you have to do to take care of them. The only thing left I could say is you put them back in the pouch. Now get out of my way. You're in my way all the time. I hate you and I never want to see you again. Just kidding. So here. Good. Okay guys, thank you so much for coming over. Oh, just kidding. If you tune in next time, I'll show you guys what's in this secret door here. We got big things planned for you guys. Big things. But the one other thing I can show you of how to take care of them is how to put them back in the pouch. It's actually not that hard. If they're really tired, watch this. Come on. Oh, he's not tired. He's like, I want to stay out. But if you kind of coax him in a little bit, there he goes. There he goes. And he'll roll in. Look at him. Now, he's usually like that, and typically as soon as he hits the bottom of the pouch, he'll just fall right asleep. I like to angle him up a little bit more, and we're gonna have to get a bigger pouch soon, but this is just how he is. He's really comfortable like that. This is just what's comfortable and normal for him. Remember, he grew up his entire life up to this point inside of his mom's extended uterus. So what I do, clip this shut, and you could bring them with you to the beach if you want. You could put them in the back of your car, and I'll show you guys videos of that. In 2021, we got a lot of great things planned, especially with the good camera coming in. But if you guys have been here up to this point, we love you so much. Thank you so much for being here, guys. We appreciate you. And get out of my... No, just kidding. So as you can see, there's our little pomger. He is a handsome boy. We love him. And I can still change the levels. I have all of the water automated for these animals now, which is wonderful. The chicken's water is pretty much automated. The duck's water is automated. The pigeons don't drink enough water for me to have to automate it. And then we still have one Flemish giant, a little chungy in there. The neighbors were getting mad at him for going into their yard, so we keep him in there for the most part, which is a pretty large place. And then this is an open spot now where Nugget found a new home. Our little bunny with mange, he is now at a new place. Karen's over there. We'll give you a shot of Karen at the very end of it. Pretty soon I'm even going to use these things to automate the feed for poggers, or the water for poggers. His feed is already automated, which is wonderful. And poggers is doing such a good job of being a livestock guardian dog. We did lose the occasional duck every now and then, and if you stuck around to this part of the video, that means that you're a real fan. Hey Karen. Also, Karen is my friend now, by the way. She is such a lovely woman, and she likes to see me, and she likes to come up to me whenever I come out here. But she is still a little bit skittish, and she's always going to be a Karen. Love you guys so much. Thanks so much for watching this video, and we'll see you next time.